Banham, if you want to shoot me a message on Discord, I can get that sent to you. Huh. That's interesting. So there was just an ambient flyby of a bunch of empty crates, I think to simulate stuff landing and whatnot. I'm not sure if there's anything in those crates. I don't think so. But I think that's just to show that there's an air assault going on, which I think is a pretty cool feature in itself. Otherwise, let's go ahead and look at Op4 here. Quick. Oh, my goodness gracious. All right. Very quickly. Briefing. 7 September 1983, a week after the British forward unit attempted to gain a foothold on the occupied British overseas territory Malden, the main fleet of the task force charged with retaking the islands has appeared just off the east coast. Fresh platoon of British paratroopers are paratrooping behind enemy lines to seize the principal town of Lcpl to eliminate the Soviet forces Op4 garrisoned there. Establish a supply line to the coast and set up a temporary harbor for the rest of their forces. Showtime. Got a dragon on my back. Lovely. To minimize chances of Arma killing every player of Blue 4, there are only 28 parachutes available in the Chinook. Those that don't get chosen I think it says opt out of taking a risk of a paradrop or do not wish to lose the extra carrying capacity of their backpacks. Backpacks need to be swapped with the parachute and they are lost. Oof. They don't have backpack on chest then. Can use other safe zones to simulate they've already left from the aircraft. Mission rules, more of a guideline than a rule. Blue 4 pilot, do not take unnecessary risks with the Chinook. Your main objective is to get the passengers safely onto the ground. Makes sense. Game mode is going to be add sector, 3 sectors. It's going to be taken in any order. Once a Blue 4 member enters the sector, as long as an Op 4 guy is alive, conscious, so if he's knocked out, he doesn't count as a person there, or he's not in a static or a vehicle in the sector, Blue 4 can't take the sector until all of Op 4 are eliminated, or unconscious, or in a vehicle, or in a static. And then Blue 4 take the sector, and then Op 4 can't take them back. Mission variables, 900 meters of render distance, no magnified optics, no NVGs, and only 75 build points for the defenders. The default is 125. That's for an ace fortified tool. Otherwise, map settings are going to be Blue 4 get 2 AT rounds per person per team. So the AT gunner gets 2 rounds, and then his assistant gets 2 rounds. Whereas Op 4 get 4 AT rounds and 2 HE rounds. So you just double those numbers to stimulate what each team has. So quite a lot of HE on Op 4's side. I'll be curious to see if they fully utilize the table. Blue 4 are going to be the paratroopers again. The marksman rifle is going to be, and this is at the squad level, the Mark 14 with an MOS and a bipod. Otherwise, loadouts are going to be FNFALs with Colt carbines, Browning high power for the handgun, LMG gunner is going to get 30 round Bren gun, medium machine gunner, also just dubbed the MG, going to get the FN mag. Again, marksman gets the Mark 14. M72 Law for the light anti-tank. The dedicated recon sniper is going to get the M24 bolt action. And then the suppressed shooter get the choice of the Mark 14 or an M3A1 SD, which is just an integrally... Actually, no. I don't think it's integrally suppressed. It's just a grease gun with a suppressor. And then crew and aviation, basically the pilot is going to get a choice of a Sterling, SMG, or a Colt carbine. Nothing custom in the crew served weapons, assets, no data, even though they do get a CH-47 Chinook. So we'll take a look at that in a second. Op 4, they have the new breakdown. So just to break it down, platoon leader, platoon sergeant, squad leader, team leader, auto rifleman assistant, grenadier IR, which represents the hunt IR rounds, which it's a grenadier round where you fire in the air and it turns into a camera. And you can use a terminal on your inventory to interact with that camera and use it as a scouting element to find enemy positions. Machine gunner assistant, combat engineer who have the explosives, light anti-tank, Mat 1 and Mat 2 are both going to be RPG, and then their assistant. Recon infantry scout, the guys get the suppressed weaponry. Designated marksman is going to be an SVD based off of the look of that. The sniper is going to probably get a Mosin with some sort of MOS scope, so it's a railed Mosin. Then you have your crew leaders, your crew, your pilot, your medics, and then the base kit that all the stuff's based off of. But basically, since it's 1980s Soviets, you're going to have AK-74s, RPK-74s, PKM, RPG-26 for the light anti-tank. The recon sniper's going to get the Mosin, Nagant, as I said, and then have the choice. Ooh, 1 second. I'll get to that. But Two suppressed shooters are going to get the choice of the AKS-74 with 45-round magazines, RPK mags, banana mags, or the AS-Val, which I personally dislike, but I sometimes see people rocking. The crew and aviation are going to get the choice, the hardest choice in FNF, between the AKS-74 and the AKS-74. More on that later. No crew serve weapons, assets, no data as well. I know they at least have one sort of static static dish, excuse me, and they had a few transports, but, you know, we might not actually have any crewman slots because there was no dedicated vehicle crews. I love how these chuckleheads are playing with the damn... I remember playing on that as a kid. Goobers. Regardless, 3 Op 4 sectors. We're going to have Sector 3 on the northern side, marked as a weapon storage facility. Up here, the Sector 1 area is going to be the center of town at this church, and then Sector 2 is marked as a Soviet camp, where we have some CSAT camo stuff here. But for this sake, it is the Soviets, and we have a Russian flag, because I don't think there was any Soviet flags, which is A-okay. Regardless, that is it for both sides. Going ahead and looking over at command elements. Let me scroll out. Let's go look at Blue Force spawn here, which is the aircraft carrier. There's their C-47, or CH-47, to do their airdrop from. Now, I am in the TFAR channel. We just can't hear them right now for whatever reason. They are talking, though. Oh, that sucks. I think they disabled the ability for spectators to listen to local people's chatter, maybe because people are dying and possibly feeding information. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, well. Well, we don't get that feature anymore, but that's A-okay. Let's go ahead and look at command forces here. Bert is going to be commander for Blue 4. I haven't seen Bert command. I think he does it occasionally, but I do like how in this branch we've seen a lot of newer names step up to command here. So that is nice to see, but I don't have a lot of information to tell you if he is a good commander or not. Ilbanek is being a medic, so there's no 2IC, so if Bert dies, the entire invasion plan might fall to ruin. But there is an exception, and I'll go over that in a second based off the sector. Patriot leading the X-Ray team, Grav being the dedicated medic. These guys are already teleported onto this area here. We do see their local map markers, though, when they draw, though. So they might try and attack from the south, landing over here because this is down a valley. So that might provide them enough cover to then move up into the town. But it's just assumptions. Looking over at Blue 4 here, Fred is going to be the sniper. He has his handgun out. Nabs being the 2IC of the group. Wheaton going with a Mark 14, and Tender also going to suppress Mark 14. I'd agree with those calls. I don't think the M3A1 grease gun is a good call for this AO. When you get to CQC, maybe, but I'd rather have the stopping power of the 7.62 by 51 NATO battle rifle, you know? 308's a bitch. Night Owl leading Alpha with, looks like he's keeping the team separate as 2 acting elements. Which, you know, there's advantages and disadvantages of doing that or merging the entire group like what Bravo's done, but I'll go over that in a second after I go over the sectors. But we got 3 members of 1RCC under Alpha 1. We got Skip, Pepit, and K with Ace and Steve together. Alpha 2 being led by Norris with Iqbal, Wolf, Naders, and Autovisky. Bravo HQ has Arma Jesus leading. Looks like King called it for the night. We still got Oddball, Legal Action, Money, Coda, Shade, Jack, Sideways, Cake here, Flux, Guy Fieri, Vince, and Michael together. Big amount of players playing for Papega tonight. They've been doing quite well. They're 2 for 0 tonight, so if you want to do the Papega Pirate bet, feel free. Otherwise, Charlie HQ has Despo leading with Timex, Hayek, Shy, and Sushi together. Newton leading Delta 2. Looks like he's merged everything under Delta, and he's got Ant and 1 Ruffs. Guzman, Barrett, Pierce, multiple members of 1RW here below Pierce. He's also 1RW. Korvac's going to be flying, and Johnson's going to be the co-pilot. So a pretty powerful roster there, in my opinion. Looking over at the other side, we have DJ leading. DJ is one of those new up-and-coming leaders that we've seen take it a little more often than usual over the coming few weeks, so I'll be curious to see how he is able to counter Bert's plan. Olaf is going to be leading X-Ray, with Curie being the Mosin sniper. Lolo already in the Vic, so I'm not able to tell. Always bet boobs. That's one of our rules, and the boobies went away. Never mind. Anyway, Lolo is going to be the 2IC, which means Green Thumb. He's going to take an AS Val, and Revenge is going to take a suppressed AKS. All right, so they're splitting it off. I mean, the AKS could be good in CQC, similar to the M3A1 in this town itself, but I mean, the AKS with 45-round mags might be a better call there. Anyway, regardless.
Missed the first 2 matches. Least I caught the last one.
Dumb Reject, thanks for the 23-month resub. Don't worry, man. Like 10 minutes after this round ends at the top of the hour, so in an hour and 17 minutes, we'll be right in the NA branch, and there'll be 3 more rounds for you to do. But thank you so much for the 23-month resub. Hope you enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Vagrant, meanwhile, leading Alpha HQ. Teams... Actually, no. He only has enough players to lead a team. So he's got Kabaya, G-Leg Sam, Spiky RP, and Dingo under him. Swolo leading Bravo 2. He's got Rory Banks, Ash, Tackleberry, Eric, and 2600K with him. Charlie led by Nemesis for Scandy Recon. He's got Malin leading Charlie 1 with Yanni, Iander, Parrot, Maz, Whiplash, and Arcor. Charlie 2 has Nafs, Cullis, Azariah, Gabes, Dobbs, and Cats together. And then Delta HQ has Kabas, Mispir, Emzakov, Broken, Zymil, Rastafari, Professional Noob, Matura, Darup, Gamobju, probably butchered that name, and Kiko. AOs themselves, again, I mean, all across one town within a click of each other, so playing for time as the defender probably isn't going to work because of how close all the AOs are together. But let me also go over a key difference that you see between squad breakdown. So Papega always merges their entire group together and plays as a massive squad because they are under the mindset of if they have enough guns going in one direction, because they're all really good players, they can overpower anything in a squad v squad fight. Whereas Scandy always separates between the two teams because this allows them to easily say, okay, team 1, push, team 2, hold, and overwatch. And they use the tactics of keeping those two teams separate to basically just overpower most other groups they fight, which is why everything is such a separate start. FNF's going to start at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Now.
I was hoping it would be 8. Because 9 p.m. is going to be super late. I'm probably not going to cover round 3 then. Yeah. All right, if that's the case, then the next branch is going to be in a little over 2 hours then. I mean, we'll see. You know, whatever happens, happens. Once I know, I'll put it in the title of the channel. But no, I am not covering round 3 if it's going to go past midnight. Because I never have the mental fortitude for that, unfortunately. So I know Barb probably... I don't know if he'll cover it or not. Because, again, that goes really late. I know he has stuff to do Saturday morning, so... I don't know. Delta, thanks so much for the resub, my man. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Apparently, Falcon's also saying that local comms are chaos. Falcon, I didn't realize you were... I thought you left for this round, but... I don't know. Scandy Warfare, yeah, right? So, again, it's just some statistics. Papega's 2 for 0 tonight. 2 for 2 tonight, excuse me. Scandy's 0 for 2. Attack-wise... Really, the initial attack is going to be the most important. Can Blue 4 coordinate doing a paradrop and having forces from another area coming in at the same time? And Blue 4 doesn't have any vehicles, which means these guys are going to have to come in on foot. So that paradrop could actually, you know, wait about 5 or 10 minutes. And I'm right, it's 8. Okay, cool. So yes, in an hour and 14 minutes, we will have the NA branch. Damn it, Falcon. Spreading rumors, I see. So I would say Blue 4 needs to just let these guys have a 5-minute head start and then do their paradrop. But, again, I mean, with the other 2 rounds we've seen tonight, if Blue 4 doesn't coordinate all of their forces to attack at the same time, Op 4 is going to be able to defeat all of those attacks in detail and just, you know, repel one wave, then go reinforce another one, and then just overpower whatever Blue 4 sends at them, despite Blue 4 having a number advantage. And what's really critical about this is all going to be infantry warfare, and Op 4 has a single Dishka static somewhere. So it's going to be the infantry fight, and Papega really excels on this, which granted they're on Blue 4, mind you, so they could spearhead, but Scandy is also really, really good. Their best environment is an environment like this, a suburban or urban area where they can, if they're taking fire from one area, they can just flank around a block and then attack from a different angle and wipe everyone. So we could see Scandi bounce back, but I mean, Pepega is also really good at this too. So helicopter going out, but it's not at full capacity because it only has the plus 15. Yeah, you see a lot of open seats back there, so that's kind of curious. Because they still have quite a few guys left on the pad. Maybe they couldn't fit everyone, so instead they're just deploying it in squads. Or it means they're going to send the Chinook in one spot, pull back, pick up the other. Well, then they'd have the other group in there as well. So I think they're going to deploy the Chinook in one area, and then they might deploy the Chinook in a different area after they pick up the different group. Or it's just the first wave going in, knowing that Op4 is going to quickly try to put forces on Overwatch positions to cover anywhere that the Chinook might try to land. So I don't know. Now, do note, I can hear that Chinook from here. So these guys definitely hear that damn Chinook. Yeah, you can hear it a lot louder, too. They're going for a coastal landing. Okay. A lot of people are hurt. I see a lot of different blood splashes here. Probably not the smartest thing to do. I mean, yeah, it looked cool. Don't get me wrong. They're going to have to spend a few seconds bandaging on the coast, but I mean, they could have just landed on the coast, but whatever. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Sort of grenade get thrown and detonate over here. I think that was a missed throw. But now I'm curious to see where that Chinook's going to deploy that other force. But Op4's done a great job. They've put 2 forces on massive hills to overwatch the entire AO to try to figure out where Blue 4 is going to come in from. But if Blue 4 is going for this pincer attack, they can overpower both of those hills with their forces, and then just pincer right here, and you notice that the rest of Op4 is kind of just defending across the 3 sectors in a bit of a thin line. So that's going to give Blue 4 a lot of room to potentially move into the town off the bat. And it's going to really fall to the CQC, but I think this is going to be a quick round. We're going to probably see half the time to 2/3 of the time committed to infantry maneuvering, and then 1/3 of the time actually committed to the PvP here. So one other thing I want to point out, Blue 4 is not moving this force out. They're content on holding the coast, which might mean that they're going to have the other group of infantry also deploy right here. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if I saw them deploy at a different angle, though, and they went for a double pincer attack of, you know, 2 pincers attacking this angle, 2 pincers attacking that angle. Which, you know, they both have Overwatch positions to move up to. They can then do their own individual scouting, and they can rely on 2 separate attack fronts in an attempt to try to stretch Op4 thin, or at least find where they're weakest. That way they can get 1 pincer in, and 1 pincer, you know, might get chewed up. But it's all about just maximizing your number advantage. Again, the fear with that, though, is if 1 pincer attacks too early, when the other pincer isn't ready, Op4 can just turn all their guns around, eliminate that 1 pincer, and then turn it around when the other pincer attacks and do the same thing, which is what we've seen in both rounds last night. What do you mean, check the Chinook? Please tell me they didn't break it. This is an RHS Chinook. No, they're loading up in it fine. Well, Falcon, they might just simply not know. I mean, we were seeing round 1, the mortars, they were using the flare to try to gauge where the HE rounds would go, but even I forgot this, because I called this as a potential strategy, but it didn't work out that way. The rounds for the flare were detonating before the arc was finished, so when they then used HE rounds, the HE rounds would continue to go forward, and they'd be completely off target. So Blue 4 is already moving around out up here. Again, I'm curious to see, based off of this angle, he might just deploy right on top of where that other Blue 4 group is. However, he's still cutting right, so he might now curve to then deploy up here. But again, it's a game of angles. Ooh, dingo. Oh, dingo! I think I just cast her cursed dingo. Whoops. Well, let's see if Blue 4 is able to maintain that in the entire round here. Blue 4 having the Chinook flying around over here. It's circling around. Maybe because they heard the gunshots and now they don't want to risk a landing. I know. Damn us with our stupid curses. Now, I'm really worried about this Overwatch element because it's a great way to overlook the AO. However, if it's attacked from the even ground, which I think we might already see people looking in this direction. Yeah, Lolo sees these guys moving down. So maybe we'll see Op4 X-Ray get a few pickoffs with their sniper, but it's hard to tell. Yes, they're going to land on the same position, probably push up to reinforce that other group, but now they're going to evenly land on the terrain itself, now that they know it's clear. Buck's jumping out a little early. You saw he just hurt himself with that. Now I'm curious where this chopper is going to go. It does have miniguns on the side. Let me actually check that real quick. Actually, no, they didn't list it. I don't know how much ammo are in those miniguns. Normally it would tell us here, so I don't know. I think we just heard some double taps on that body. Again, that was G-Legs, who is normally a really good player. No. Wait, G-Legs also got taken out. Huh. That was Schneider. Got the kill there. Unless he got the kill on the other guy, in which case, I don't know. So, Azuki's gotten a kill and Schneider's gotten a kill. You got Sam now coming around. Base ammo's 4K rounds. We'll see. I mean, fire support from a M134 minigun is great, but you got to remember, Op4 do have a single HMG somewhere that could shoot the engine out of that little bird Chinook out really easily. Sam is wounded. He's actually bleeding a little bit. He's now pulling around. I think he just got spotted, though. Oh, yeah, he got spotted. So I think Drachen's running down. Maybe he wasn't. Sam spot them? Yes, he did. Maybe he didn't. It's just a game of cat and mouse at this point. Sam had to have seen him. Unless he's in his map right now, trying to make markers. Dude, they're right there. I think Sam just pointed that out. I don't know who he was pointing that to, though. So Sam's trying to remain hidden. Got these two Blue 4 guys now trying to engage up the ridge here, pick these guys off. You've got Pepega now intermingled with that group. Op4 pulling off of this hill. They weren't able to get any Blue 4 kills here. But Op4 down 2 and looks like both disconnected. Oh, look at that. Coda's right here. So if Sam opens fire, he's screwed. Still have Blue 4 moving in. Waiting to hear if I hear that 134 firing or that static Dishka that Op4 has to fire up at that. But based off of the angles, I think this left pincer attack's going to start first, but this one's going to quickly follow through. Now, it is entirely a valid strategy to have one attack go first, wait 2 or 3 minutes, and then push the other pincer in, because what you're attempting to do at that point is pull all the forces to look in one direction, and then sneak the other attack in, and potentially get them closer into the AO with their, feet in the door. Essentially, what I mean by that would be they'd be in the outskirts of the town moving in itself, in which case it's really hard to kill them instead of if they're in open fields. So that's another valid strategy we might see executed here. Normally it's not done on purpose, though. Normally it's done purely by accident, but when it happens that way, it usually works out. All right, a lot of Blue 4 moving past. Sam might be able to get behind. Oh, he doesn't realize this yet, but he is right next to Blue 4 command. If Sam goes aggressive, he might be able to get a really nice early blow in for Op4, because if you kill the guy commanding the attack before he's able to fully execute the attack orders for both sides on the when of the push in, that could be something. Now, you're right. Sam does tend to go aggressive, but this might be too early for him to go aggressive. He might still be trying to wait it out. But that is a crazy level of timing there. We're seeing that Chinook doing orbitals here. We got this car coming around. It's in the low ground, though. I don't see how it could climb up to the ridgeline over here. So Blue 4 now have a pincer on that far hill. They can start doing a recon on some of these positions, trying to gauge where Op4 is. Op4's got some pretty decent defensive lines down. Again, I think this group's going to get stalled by this group. This group's going to be able to come in and start attacking the flank of this group in the central AO. And this group is going to be able to climb in and start hitting the northern group. I feel like Blue 4 has the advantage right now, but it could really go either way.
Now,
looking back at this over here. Wolfstorm Phantom, thanks for the 5-month resub. And Danny, thanks for the 12-month resub. That gets you the Lance Corporal badge, buddy. Welcome to the Lance Corporal Club. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Got some long-range shots going here between Alpha HQ and the right side pincer here. Keeping an eye on Sam's marker to see what he does, because that could be critical to this operation. But just based off of deployment alone, it's really looking like Blue 4 has the advantage here. I don't think Sam even knows to capitalize on that flank. But we're just going to keep seeing some long-range engagements. We'll see if that 134 opens up. Now Blue 4 Command's moving on. I think Sam's going to keep pinned there just out of... No, he's actually maneuvering around, but it's at the opposite angle that platoon's going, so that is going to escape his clutches. We'll probably watch this back in facepalm, but, I mean, how would you know in that sense? Like, I've seen a lot of crazy things where people walk right on top of each other and don't notice an FNF, and it's just adds to the fog of war, man. You got these forces starting to turn around. They're starting to try to engage up the hill here, giving some overwatch shots. You're hearing that 134 minigun starting to fire. And my tracer effect is not working. Here, let me refresh it real quick by hitting the buttons a few times. Yes, I am going to be casting an A, which is going to be in a little under an hour. So you got these three guys down here getting shot. Tracer script is back on. There we go. These guys are doing their best to hold this attack now. Theoretically, they could hold these guys, and hopefully by then these guys will be able to repel this attack, but they're just so close right now. We're already seeing one group starting to bypass. I think they're going to push through. Plus, this is Pepega right here. They are very aggressive, and within, I want to say, 2 or 3 minutes, they would envelop that position and take it out anyway. So I think the call that these three guys are making to move back is a good one. They're doing their best to stall. Ooh, Sam. He's coming up that direction. Might have spotted them as they were pulling back, but by then it's going to be a really large distance. But otherwise, this group right here of Alpha, which is 1RCC and Norris's team, they're going to get their foot in the door first. What I'm worried about, though, is, again, not getting any support. We could also see Blue 4 attack multiple different sides and just get repelled on each one. But I think just a pincer move between the northwest and the southeast on Sector 3, and then just a unified push north to south, specifically northeast to southwest. Once the two Blue 4 groups meet each other with this force on the hill, just overwatching the rest, I think that is the best plan Blue 4 could make here. It's just a matter of where will this group go. If it's going to go south, it's going to face a really heavy resistance. Yes, it has some overwatch support, but only for parts of it. But just based on the number advantage and where the assets are lining up right now, it's leaning over to Blue 4. I don't think Sam's going to be able to pay off with I don't think his Lone Wolf maneuver is going to pay off here because we already see Command folding in, being very defensive with this. I think we just saw a slight desync spike of about half a second because everything held still for a moment. Yeah, you see that? Something's desyncing on the server. Just some odd network traffic issues. It'll probably stabilize. I don't see anyone trying to connect to the server, though, so that would either be a script error or a potential DDoS attack, but it's already stabilized out, so I think it was just a random script error. So we had Blue 4 lose a guy. I think Sayak was that one Blue 4 guy up here. They're checking his body. He was part of Charlie on this Overwatch element, just got picked off by a random headshot. We're starting to see smoke getting popped up here as Op4 is shooting shots up here, excuse me. So this is probably going to force Blue 4's hand, and they're going to initiate the attack early, which is actually going to be timed really well with this force slowly pushing in. This is just going to be a massive envelopment. Chosen, buddy, how are you doing? Were you playing Arma or 5M? How you doing, my man? Always a pleasure to see you. Yeah, you see that? That is sketchy. Because think about it logically. If you had like 120 players play fine and then 115 players play fine, but the 91 is where people are lagging, that smells fishy in my opinion. But that is A-okay. It's just only some minor stuff. Blue 4 now just looks like they're going to be doing a massive attack angle to Sector 1 and Sector 2, the northern side going to Sector 3 here. So they're going to basically try to just take everything at once, which, you know, they could overpower if everything hits at the same time. Squad? Nice. I keep forgetting you got into that game too, man. But right now we're just watching on the map here. Hearing some thermite grenades go off. Still got that 134 to suppress. They're firing down on Charlie HQ. The shots are landing pretty close, but we still have Alpha HQ in the back, but they're completely out of position. Same with the X-Ray group, also very out of position. And at this point, because of where the attack waves are, it doesn't matter if Blue 4 Command goes down, because everyone, I think, has their orders at this point. They're really well coordinated here. I think they're just going to completely overpower this AO at this point. It's just a matter of time. Like I said, it's going to be spent 2/3 maneuvering and then 1/3 actually just doing the PvP and steamrolling here, so we just have to see Blue 4 continue to commit, get into the city, and I think the last holdout's going to be Sector 2, based off the amount of forces there. But, you know, Sector 1 with only, Sector 3 with only 6 guys. Sector 1 itself, you know, has a good chunk of forces here, but I think it's just going to be too much. Tender Banner got picked off up on X-Ray's position as well. Now you're just seeing these forces starting to get their foot in the door. Ooh, 134 minigun just picked someone off. That was Swola. So I'm happy to see the 134 is actually getting some kills. That was Korvac on the gun. Great shooting there. Hey, man, if you're caught in the open on a rooftop, that 134 will tear you apart. So I'm glad to see that coordination working. You know, some mines on the explosive specialist for Op4 would have been a good call here. Maybe some explosive traps as well. More minigun fire coming down. Trying to hit Eric here. Yeah, no, but X-Ray and Alpha HQ are completely out of position. I think Blue 4 might be able to get the sectors before these two can regroup and push the rear. Then again, it is being slow. But I think after these two groups meet up, they might be able to get behind. They'll probably take out Blue 4 Command, but at that point, I mean, look at how close they are to the sectors compared to the distance they're going to have to move in to get to this area. Now, you're seeing some GL rounds going in. taking some people out that might slow down the entire forces here. But at this point, I mean, the counter GL fire is going right onto the sectors here. I think this is the beginning of the end. And it's Pepega leading for Alpha 1. They're going to be fighting members of Scandi. So we've got some really great Titan forces here. Best of the best, but they're just going to cancel out. If anything, though, I think Pepega's got a slight edge because they've just been performing much better tonight. Look at this massive line of troops right here, only to defend against a small X-ray group. And then this main attack is going to completely bypass them. That was a mine going off, which only seemed to wound Flux, and he's still pushing. Oh! That was an HE round. This Chinook flew down. I think its rotors got hit on a tree right here and taken out. I thought an AT round actually blew it up, but no, because the cutoff. So we might actually see Tackleberry here get up and do the flanking, a flanking kill on Korvac and Johnson. Explosive traps going off as well, knocking out some more Blue 4 guys. That was Pepega. Only Arma Jesus down, though. No kills. Drunk Firebear, thanks for giving Chosen the sub. Hope you both keep enjoying the operations, and I do hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Tackleberry killing Korvac, trying to fire up at Jean, who is now playing dead. I think he got shot a few times, trying to fake tackle out. But yeah, no, Op4 just sending a few guys out here to confirm that area is secure. But look at this massive encirclement right now in Sector 1 because both of the attack angles were able to completely surround and now starting to hit Sector 1. And there's a lot of forces here that can go right up to Sector 3. Yes, you have this Op 4 squad of a team of Alpha 1 and X-Ray coming up on the rear, but at that point, this is just a matter of overpower and take 1, push up to 3, might have to deal with this counterattack force, and then take 2. Eric just knocked out through the smoke by this overwatching element because there was a little bit of an opening in that smoke, and it was Coda. Coda with the MGs tonight has just been absolutely devastating. And now Scandi doing their aggressive faction of going in their aggressive fashion, of trying to push an attack. And it's going to work out for them, but it's kind of a bait and switch here because the main fight's up here, and you're seeing Op4 slowly getting picked off here. One by one, as Blue 4 just completely overpowers this AO. Now, I'm trying to get in the habit of watching the guys, on the ground level getting the firefights here, but urban combat is so difficult to cover because there's so many different little angles that Blue 4 is pushing, so many different angles that Op 4 is trying to watch. I assume the best way for us to cover this is to watch from up here. Welcome, Ronan. So you got Maz pushing, Wheaton, Patriot, and Nevs down there. But again, I think that's all a distraction here. So we're seeing some grenades getting thrown over. Pepega really pushing Op 4 here. Gonna start getting behind this Blue 4 line. Not sure. Nope. Olaf just spotted a Blue 4 guy here. That was either Bert or his medic. Yeah, Ilbanek. But yeah, now you got Blue 4 right up here. Ash getting taken out as he's breached on by the a member of Pepega there, Guy Fieri, one of the best. This sector is about to fall. It's only got 1 defender in it right now. 2600s will try to get in it as well. There's Sector 1 taken by legal action there because no one was there left to defend. Now you're probably going to see this force push in, take that area, and then this force start pushing the southern side. They still have these Overwatch elements that are starting to trickle in now. It's going to be a fight for Sector 2 at the end. Ooh, look at this. Coda. These guys on Overwatch. The Soviets not checking their right flank, though. Fog of War, baby. They would have had a beautiful shot on Coda. Hold up. Kabaya. Kabaya. You literally... Fog of War, baby. Again, we're spoiled by the fact we have a bird's eye view, but you'd be surprised what a little bit of situational awareness does in this damn video game and how lacking it is. And how often you see that lacking factor when you do my job. Because good God, Kabaya literally was looking in this direction. His field of view must be low then. Because he cut through right here. His target was literally right here and he didn't see him. He didn't see that. I can't believe it. Anyway, AT rounds coming in. We have one guy down. Rory down here. I think he was already down though. A lot of Blue 4 pushing in. As we have a force kind of holding around in the center of the lot, trying to stay north of Sector 1. Looks like Blue 4 Command Burt was taken out, but again, it doesn't matter at this point because his force is in the zone. Now you just have this massive amount of Blue 4 guys trying to take Sector 3 up here, and then I think they're going to push south and, you know, try to liberate Sector 2. X-Ray still getting hunted down. We're having a few Blue 4 guys starting to trickle in on the opposite side, though. Explosives being utilized. I think, the surviving guy was trying to take him out. No, it might have been Maz throwing explosives instead, because you see he's on 2 kills and bandaging himself. So great use of explosives there by Maz defensively to eliminate Blue 4 X-Ray. But again, I think it was all bait. Great use of this little position here. Vagrant getting on top of this trench to see over the wall and take some Blue 4 guys out. Great grenade throw keeping Vince knocked out. There were 2 other kills right there. Because Blue 4 was so bunched up together, they got hit like that. But now you're seeing a lot of Blue 4 starting to come around. They're going to try to flank this attack coming in. Drunk Firebear, thanks for giving Natera a sub as well. Hope you both keep enjoying the operations, and I do hope you get a nice kick out of this PvP match commentary. 2600K picking off one of the Blue 4 guys coming around. He got on this rooftop right here. Great shooting there. I mean, if they can pull a guerrilla war and knock out a lot of Blue 4 guys, it might just be enough for Op4 to continue their defense on Sector 2. Because if this massive number is able to take Sector 3 and reinforce what's left at Sector 1 to push into 2, I think it's over. But if Op4 can hold this force up here, nope, there's the capture. So now it's just a matter of can Op4 quickly take out what they can up here. 2600 getting a great second kill right there. Vagrant coming around getting a great second kill there as well, so they might be able to actually hold Blue 4 in this area, but this might also cause this remaining Blue 4 force to now turn around and try to hit Sector 2 uncoordinated. And Op4 might still have an opportunity to defeat everyone in detail. Vagrant with a 3rd kill right there. There's number 3. Again, the latest update that Arma 3 did, it restored our ability to see kill counts on individuals as we spectate them, which is nice. But yep, Op4 now starting to breach in to this compound. They could sweep and clear the rest of these guys because they were 2 bunched up. And Op4 might be able to bounce back on the defense. X-Ray is almost all dead. You only have Friend up there with the sniper rifle who hasn't even gotten any kills with it. A great knockout trade there. That was by 2600K and Drachin. Saddam now double tapping 2600 so he doesn't wake back up. And there's the kill shot. Now, where is Pepega? So Scandy's still at full strength, and they fought off X-Ray down there. Pepega, though, is below 50%. We only have Arma Jesus, Coda on 2 kills, by the way, because Op4 coming in didn't notice him. Shade and Guy Fieri still alive. So only Guy and Arma are still up. The rest of their force that were in the center of town, that wave has been completely annihilated. Gim on 2 kills, Kiko on 1 kill. Professional Noob is clearly not a professional. He's not a professional noob. Just dropped the word noob out of his name. 6 kills against members of Pepega. Literally the best CQC group other than Scandy Recon. Great call by Professional there. So we need to see these guys regroup and push back. Looks like other members were taken out as well. Wow, Coda and Shade getting taken out right there. Great keyhole by Spiky. Spiky on 3 kills. Wow, good for Spiky. Gonna turn around, get caught in a reload, and unfortunately stuck on the reload, gets taken out by Guy Fieri. But 2 more members of Pepega taken out. I mean, these are some of the Blue 4's best troops right here. Great call on Spiky. Professional still on 6. Might hear Skip moving around. But here's the question. Does Blue 4 have enough forces remaining to regroup and take Sector 2 from Scandy Recon, the best of the best? I don't think so. I think Op4 because of how quick that force came in, and because of how uncoordinated the two attacks were, without sending anything to hit the southernmost sector while most of their forces were dealing with X-ray pushing from that other vector, I think they might have just been able to save it. But it's still going to fall to the PvP because we're seeing some slightly even numbers all the way through. If not leaning on Op4's side. Now, Blue 4, you know, they're trying to push in individually, and they're getting picked off by Garrison forces. And there's another pick-off right there. Kiko on kill number 2, Azariah on kill number 1. From across the way. I think this is it. We're seeing more shots coming out over here. Did Kiko just get another kill? Nope, still on 2. More shots coming up here. That might have been on Guzman trying to push around. Now, you got to remember, there's a bit of a technology difference here. The L1A1, you can only fire single shot, whereas the AKMs, you can fire full auto. Oh, my God. That two-way angle just absolutely annihilated Guz, and that was Malden and Nemesis firing. Jesus. Dude got obliterated. Oh, I know, DJ. I mean, your guys are doing well. You got Scandi at full strength, still holding the southern sector, and I think they're going to be able to hold because Blue 4 is just whittled down too much. Yeah, fouls are 7.62, but the AKMs are also 7.62. It's 7.62 by 39 for the... wait, no, they're using 74, so it's 5.45 for Op4.
Go Team 6 now.
Yeah, so 5.45 versus 7.62 by 54. So yes, Blue 4 does have the bigger caliber, but full auto versus single shot will make the difference for fire rate, especially in a CQC sense. Drunk Firebear giving DJ a sub. Nice. Thank you so much. Hope you both keep enjoying the operations. DJ, I think you did a great job defending, because Blue 4 did a great job orchestrating the attack, but the squad you had of Alpha 1 and X-Ray forming up and getting on the rear, trying to save Sector 3, and although they failed, they knocked out so many players on the northern side, and that is what I think finally tipped the number advantage in your favor. When Drunk Firebear's gift subs hit 69. Nice. Professional Noob still on 6 kills. I mean, 6 kills on your own. I mean, look, he's looking. He hears those footsteps. He's trying to find where Skip is. Here's the thing, though. I think Skip's going to be able to counter him. Coming in from the upper area. Ooh, Skip's taking an AK. So he can confuse his weapon PID. That's incredibly smart in this situation. Blue 4 now taking the remaining forces, moving up from the northern side. Might rally with Guy Fury and Arma Jesus, 2 really good players. They're going to need to unify their forces and make an attack to try to spearhead in. Because now Scandy's completely turned around. They're now focusing on the CQC in here. They still have Nass on the rear for, you know, in case there's a wide flank. So Ace just got a kill off of that one Op4 guy, but that Op4 guy was able to take them out. Scandy's still at full strength. Like, everyone alive on Op4 is either X-Ray, the 3 guys bleeding in, or Scandy, or Kiko. And that's what sucks when you're in the end game and you're fighting a fully unified force that's still up, because that means their communication at the squad level is still going to be perfect. Whereas, you know, you're fighting with, you know, a bunch of different broken off groups that might not be able to coordinate with each other. So we just saw some suppressed shots go up on Despo, who is up 2 kills, mind you. Trying to find an angle, but again, urban combat always favors the defenders because of all of the different little garrisons you can do and all the different flank attacks we saw with, you know, Kiko and Azariah taking out 2 people, as I was saying it 5 minutes ago. So I do like that Blue 4 is rallying up right here. They still have time to make a unified push to get into this sector. This could be a weak spot because Op4 has a lot of defensive forces covering the MSR. I could see Blue 4 breaking through, getting boots on the ground in the sector. Taking the sector, though, is a different matter, because by the time you hear gunshots right here, this force is going to pull back in and make this a mess of a meat grinder. So we got Malin right here. These guys getting off this little side I guess, walkway or road, for lack of a better term. They're not folding into the buildings, but you got this big kill zone right here. We've already seen a few Blue 4 guys trying to enter it and getting picked off, and that is what Op 4 is capitalizing on with these windows. They got a building right here with a window. Actually, it's closed. My bad. But the windows right here can help overwatch this sector, and then the windows right there can help overwatch this area. You have a one-on-one. Op 4 wins that fight. Iander on his second kill. Another Blue 4 guy just got dropped right there. Grenade perfectly placed right there. I think that was a GL round. Now you got Arma, Jesus, Guy Fieri trying to do the wide flank here as this force gets pinned down. You still have the sniper, Fred, up here. Still on no kills, though. Got some more forces pushing here. You've got Barrett trying to pick people off. Unable to land any kills, though. Roofs locking that area down so Maz can't push. Ace trying to... Maz might kill himself with that. Oh, yeah, he's going to run back in the blast. I think he just realized. Blows up Kaboo. He's building another satchel. Maz, you fucking Chad. Nader's getting picked off by Azariah. There you go. Another satchel detonated over there. I mean, those explosives. When you play as an explosive specialist and you get the choice of 2 satchels, 4 explosive charges, 2 tripwire mines and 2 tripwire flare mines, or 3 AT mines.
It's Friday.
Using those explosives with that ace interaction of setting them to throwable charges. Granted, it doesn't give you the kills for them. But, I mean, he got 3 kills, and then he has 1 confirmed kill. So 4 kills right there. I mean, those satchels will screw people up, and it's great. But BJ, thanks for the 20-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope we get a nice kick out of this scenario. Now look at Maz here. He's being super aggressive. We just saw Guy Fieri get taken out. It's only Arma Jesus. Wasn't Nemesis that got him. That was someone over here, and you're hearing that quick suppressed fire from that AS Val at full auto. Green Thumb doing some work with that gun. Did Maz just get taken out? No, oh, yes he did, but then Malden came up to avenge Az there. Now he's being red on red by someone back there, not realizing the weapon PID there. But this is the end. Blue 4 does not have the manpower anymore to go in, so great plays by Op4 in the CQC. Blue 4 had a great plan, but Op4 unfortunately won the CQC fighting. And it just goes to show you, regardless of how good your plan is, it eventually goes down to the PvP. So Blue 4 did not win a single round tonight. It was 2 Op 4 wins and a Green 4 win. But Pepega finally lost a round. Noobish Prof, you weren't playing, right? You weren't the guy that just went 6-0, right? Oh, Maz with another explosive satchel. He picked it off someone. And he throws another one. Oh, he just won. He's got another 3 kills. The car might save him, but the sniper won't. My God, Maz. Just down to 2 Blue 4 guys now. You were a professional noob? Nice. Dude, 6-0. That was our 6-1. That was pretty good. Unless you got a few more from what I saw. Good job, dude. I think it's GG, but I think Maz is showing a really great example of how to use explosive satchels aggressively. Even though he's on the defensive side, he's clearing out enemy attacks that are coming in on the CQC side, because that satchel can wipe an entire block if you place it right. So he's on like 7 kills now, but again, 6 of them aren't going to come up because when you throw the satchel, it doesn't count to your kills because of how Ace does the scripting with it. Wait, no, that was Malden that threw him because Maz died. Right? Or did he just die right here? I don't know. I mean, he's on 4 now, but who knows? Maz the chat. I thought he got killed off earlier, but I could have been wrong about that. Now, really worrisome thing, though. Technically, Fred could come in and snipe all the dudes in the sector because there's only 3 officially in here. and he could still take it. But Fred's the last guy left. By the way, the NA branch will be in 30 minutes. Your team says you got 7. Are you still on the server? Because I can check your kill count off of your skull. Yeah, you got 7. So you got a 7th in between when I checked on you last when you died. So I mean that's great. Honestly, if you get more than 3 kills in a round, that's high level. And when you start getting close to those double digits or beat double digits, that puts you on God tier, buddy. Good job. But look at Fred here. He's gonna solid snake this bitch. And Whiplash sees him. And Whiplash is not having any of that shit today. Freaking SOG Prairie Fire Dev showing his teeth. And that is the last kill. That is GG. Op4 have won. All right, guys. We'll be back in 30 minutes. Thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers, and I hope to see you in 30 for the NA branch. Chuckleheads, man. I love it.